Hi, and welcome to our California Studies Weekly. This is week 28. This is about nations interact. And I'm sure you see 323 up here. That's just for my own organization to show what week we're in. So I know that it's Thursday and it's not the 23rd anymore, but follow along with me. We'll read together. It is important to work together. Cities, states, and even countries have to find ways to fix problems. Throughout time, America has disagreed and cooperated with many countries. During World War II, President Roosevelt felt that nations around the world needed to form a group to talk about problems. The goal of this group was to keep other wars from happening and to encourage freedom and fairness. This group was called the United Nations. When countries talk to solve problems, that is called diplomacy. Turn the page. Nations interact. Throughout history, different cultures and countries have had contact with each other. Sometimes it was peaceful and other times it was not. Let's take a look at how cultures have had contact with each other and what the results were like. Before European explorers came to America, the American Indians had their own way of life. For example, to make their tools and clothes, many of American Indians used birch bark, buckskin, and other items. When the explorers came, American Indians traded their animal furs for metal tools, kettles, and cloth to make clothes. They started to depend on these items every day. The cultural contact they had with the explorers began to change the American Indians' ancient cultures. In the early American colonies, the colonists and the British often disagreed. The British were forcing the colonies to pay taxes and obey their laws. They punished the people who would not follow their rules. The colonists did not think this was fair. They wanted to be independent. They felt that the only way to solve the problem was by using force. They fought a war against the British. To end the war, the Americans made a treaty with the British. A treaty is an agreement between groups or nations. The treaty stopped the war and the colonists won their freedom. Moving over here. The United Nations Children's Fund is a group of people working from many countries, working together to help the world's children. They believe children have rights too. The people of the United Children's Fund help hungry kids get good food to eat. They help keep kids healthy and safe. They help all children get a good education. Okay, take a peek at the pictures. Looking down here, lots of different people live in America. We don't all look the same or speak the same language. We come from different places, but everyone deserves respect. Let's take a peek at the back, and then I'll give you a chance to do it, and we'll go over the answers. So we have a fill in the blank here. There's 3 questions, and the word bank, so you use each one once. The second is kind of a what would you do situation. Maybe we can talk about that in the discussion box. It says, pretend a new girl comes to your class. She is from a different country, and she is still learning to speak English. At recess, some kids make fun of the way she talks. What would you do? How could you show respect? So write what you would do and how you would show respect. And the pictures at the bottom, you're writing the first letter of each picture and then write what it spells out to be. It's kind of like a code. So the first word of pie is P, so you would put P there. The first letter of pie is P. The first letter of ear is E, and so on. Go ahead and figure the rest out.